Ladies and gentlemen, distinguished members of the press, welcome to this very, very important gathering spot for our memory of who we are in Philadelphia. I want to acknowledge the leadership of this community in framing such a magnificent monument to the Irish and our suffering and our resilience as a people. I want to thank the incoming President, Bob Gessler, for his kindness to us in organising a couple of months ago, Taoiseach, a very successful commemoration here of the international commemoration of the Great Hunger. Today we are here gathered to give me as Consul General the single greatest honour I've had in my stewardship as Consul General here in Philadelphia of introducing Taoiseach and Enda Kenny TD to make an announcement to the community here in Philadelphia and farther afield about our relationship and how we see that evolving going forward. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Taoiseach here and Enda Kenny TD.
Good morning, agus fáilte of Gachtin and Shaw. Thank you very much. Ambassador, Congressman Boyle, Lieutenant Governor, ladies and gentlemen. First of all, may I say that this memorial is one of the finest of its type I've ever seen anywhere in the world. And thank you to Philadelphia, to all of those associated with it, in putting together a wonderful commemorative monument to those who travelled to America and the millions who left Ireland after the Great Hunger of 1845 to 1847. It's a privilege to be with you in this St. Patrick's Week here in Philadelphia. The history of Ireland's diaspora is a long and illustrious one, marked by great tragedy, but also by great achievement. The tragic origins of the mass emigration at the heart of that story are nowhere more vividly portrayed than here at Philadelphia's powerful Irish Memorial. Sons and daughters of our country, with little hope and very few possessions, embarked on a perilous journey to these shores in search of a better life and better opportunity. And for many, that journey ended before they ever arrived here. For the lucky ones, America provided a new hope, a new beginning, the start of something for their lives. More than 170 years since the very worst of those times, we feel that connection with our ancestors and forefathers and what they endured. It is a part of what and who we are. From that time onwards, the Irish became a part of the fabric of this society and of the economy in this country. Those emigrants and their descendants also became part of a wider global Irish family that held strongly to their identity and continued to play a part in the unfolding of history back in Ireland, in our country. And as the size of that diaspora has grown, it has given Ireland a reach and a voice around the world that is the envy of many other nations. Our diaspora has also helped to inform and to broaden our views, keeping Ireland wide open to the world. Last year, we joined with you as we commemorated the centenary of the Easter Rising of 1916. We learned much about the role that was played by the Irish diaspora in the events of that time. But we also learned much about the Ireland of today. We shared a deep pride in our country, our history, our culture, and our people. We remembered a time of conflict with our neighbour, and we did so in a spirit of respect, understanding, and reconciliation. It allowed us to reaffirm those values that we continue to hold dear in Ireland: freedom and democracy, openness, tolerance, community, solidarity, and respect for others. These are values which we will actively foster into the future in respect of all our relationships. They are vital to us as a globalised, open economy that is deeply committed to our membership of the European Union and to international trade. In more recent times, we had thought that the days of emigration out of economic necessity had been left behind us. But the economic crash and recession of 2008 once again deprived our people, and particularly our young people, of the jobs and opportunities at home that they deserved. I am glad to say here in Philadelphia that our economic recovery is now firmly established. The strength of the recovery is perhaps most clearly evident in the labour market. There are now more than 2 million people at work, the highest level since 2008. And so we are once again creating opportunities for our young people. This recovery, ladies and gentlemen, is a testament to the determination, the resilience and the creativity of the Irish people, both at home and abroad. In the very bleakest of times, we were deeply fortunate to be able to call upon the assistance of our global Irish network to help to repair Ireland's international reputation, which had been so badly damaged, an essential part of our recovery. Throughout my own political career, I have been deeply aware of the importance and the strength of our global family, coming as I do from the west of Ireland, ravaged by emigration, where 50 years ago no house was a house that didn't have people in England or America or other locations. There are so many reasons why it is important for government, for our government, to embrace our diaspora, from supporting those who are vulnerable to creating cultural connections, as well as creating opportunities for investment and jobs and careers for the future. And that is why in 2014 I was pleased that for the first time ever we appointed a Minister for Diaspora Affairs to look after the interests specifically of those from our country who had emigrated and their descendants. We are fortunate today to have here with us the current holder of that office, Minister of State Joe McHugh from County Donegal. Joe deals specifically with elements of the diaspora from all over the world, and in addition to his portfolio, I was also happy to appoint Senator Billy Lawless from Chicago, an Irishman who has a great understanding of the particular difficulties here in America, to represent us in the Irish Senate and to interconnect with the people here in the United States. So the importance to us of our global Irish family was copper fastened with the publication of Ireland's diaspora policy in 2015. And this government policy brings together a broad range of initiatives and networks that are designed to nurture and to develop this unique and this important relationship. And a key theme that emerged from submissions received during the development of Ireland's diaspora policy was the importance of voting rights for many Irish citizens who live abroad. Many members of that diaspora felt it would be important to allow them to deepen their relationship with Ireland and to play a more active role in Irish society. This is something with which I absolutely agree, and that is why here at this memorial in Philadelphia, in memory of all those who went before us, that I'm pleased to announce today that the Irish government has decided that Irish citizens resident outside our country, including in Northern Ireland, should be allowed to vote in Irish presidential elections. This is in line with a recommendation made by our people in the Convention on the Constitution in their 5th report. This proposal will of course require the approval of the Irish people in a referendum to amend our constitution, Bunrath na Héireann. And if and when the referendum is passed, it will also involve significant work to determine new eligibility rules, to draw up legislation, and to implement a new electoral register and new voting procedures for all our citizens. It's perfectly appropriate that this announcement is being made here in Philadelphia, where the Irish have made such a mark over the last centuries. There is no more fitting time and no more fitting place as we look forward to our worldwide celebration of St. Patrick's Day and all that that means for what it is to be Irish. So this decision of the government is a clear recognition of the importance that Ireland attaches to her citizens, wherever they may be, to our diaspora all over the world. You are part of who we are as a people, what we have done and where we have gone in the world. We make that connection and will make that connection stronger than ever for the future. Gona maith give ar fad agus lá éile fádrig sanna díobh go léir. Thank you very much indeed.